All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in. Happy Sunday to everybody, man. Come on in. I'm gonna wait just a second for a couple of people to come out. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Let's talk about it. The spring is here. Spring practice starts this week. Come on in, everybody. I'm gonna wait just a few minutes for everybody to come on in. Happy Sunday to everybody. How's everybody doing? Come on in. Come on in. Let's see if I got this right. How's everybody doing? Come on in, come on in. Oh, let me get this link going too here. Happy Sunday to everybody, man. How's everybody doing? Listen, we're gonna talk about the Trojans, man. As far as them, having a dominant. I would say dominant. I like what Makai did, even though he didn't run the 40. I like what Jacoby did. I like what Kamari Ramsey did. I like what Eric Gentry did. Look, shout out to all these guys. They absolutely balled out. And they showed, what's crazy is, and I'm gonna open up the link here in a minute. But what's crazy to me is about this. Let me greet some people real quick. Young Tiny, what's the word? Hey, fight on, my man, fight on. Chris, what's the word, man? Janelle, happy Sunday. How you doing? Touchdown USC. What's the word? Raul, fight on, fight on. You know what's so crazy, man? It seems like when USC, the players, they get ready for the draft, they go to the league the past couple years and they ball out. Guys like Caleb Bullock, and you seen a couple other guys do the Jalen Smith as well. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to have him on. Well, I'm getting ready to have his dad on along with his brother, man. I mean, these guys, his younger brother that's coming up, he has two younger brothers, Jalen Smith, and they are doing some phenomenal things. I think that 14-year-old, I think he's going to be an incredible player, man. We can ready to talk to him in a little bit, but you look at these guys, man. They go to the league after being at USC, and it's like, man, you knew they had this type of potential, but what really shocked me was, I'm not even going to front. That Jacoby Lane time, let me pull that up. Jacoby Lane time was crazy, man. Let me pull that up real quick, because I think that was one of the biggest shocker. I knew he was fast and he has long strides, but wow, he ran a 4.47. I said, man, Jacoby getting it, man. To me, I think Jacoby Lane really raised his stock. Let me pull this up real quick, because I know I got two lives going and I'm gonna have to delete one of these real quick. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one right here. Make sure these two lives are not going on at the same time. Make sure you guys, okay, we should be good. Okay, so happy Sunday to everybody, man. And we'll go over some of these times. I'm gonna put the link in the chat here. And we'll open up these calls. Let me see if there's two lives going on still. Do you guys see one live or two lives? It should be one now. Wow. So happy Sunday to everybody, man. Let's get ready to talk about this real quick. Young Tiny, what's the word?
What up, Jay? Welcome back, loved one.
Oh man, we here, man. We here. I had to handle business. I kind of told you about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I already know.
yeah. But man, I appreciate you tapping in, man. Let me just tie Leon in real quick too, man, so we can just get it all at once. Leon, what's the word?
USCJ, Tiny, what's going on? Trojan family.
Big bro, Leon, what up, though?
Oh man, it's all good, baby.
Man,
Yes, sir.
how you brothers doing, man? We're gonna talk about this season, man, and the spring is here. You know what I'm saying? It's this week, but I want to get into these draft stock rising, man, like Jacoby Lane first. And who else draft stock do you feel like rise a little bit after this combine?
You want to go, Leon? Are you Leon? Ain't there? Oh,
Can
I'll
y'all hear
Okay,
go.
me?
okay,
Um, rising. Oh, from the combine, maybe. Well, Kamari ran a 4.47, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I seen he was impressive with his straight line speed,
yeah.
despite coming off that injury. You know what I'm saying, that affected his senior season. So that was good to see him get out there and get good reviews and all that coming off that injury.
Right.
Let me see. Lake McCree, he showed strong hands. He had raw
Yeah, he
skills
did.
and what I'm saying, and physical traits and the positional drills. So he did good too in my eyes. He didn't register like a high profile time
Right.
performance, but he earned positive reviews still from scouts with the strong hands, the route skills, you know what I'm saying? And just the
Yeah.
physical traits for a tight end.
Yeah.
But Fitzgerald, they was on him, but his testing was modest, but he still showed enough on field traits and to remain a prospect. They
And
was they was
sometimes, man, when you look at that stuff, man, I think, and you guys know, like when you talk about football speed compared to just on the field speed, it's different.
it's
Guys,
different.
guys reaction time is different, and some people just not the best testers, man. But I think
Hmm.
his ball hawking skills really kind of like they really spoke for themselves, man. I really think whoever gets him in is going to get a phenomenal player. Same with Kamari Ramsey. Now, Kamari Ramsey, you guys can answer this. Um, did he surprise you with his time?
Man, with that 4.47, uh, I, he kind of did. I kind of felt like he was in that fourth. Did I think Kamar was that fast? Yeah, he didn't really surprise me, honestly though. I kind of felt like he was in that range as far as his 40 time.
What about you, Leon?
Yeah, I thought Kamara. It surprised me a little bit because,
It did too. Me too.
and it goes back to what you said, Jay. Like, some of these guys, they show really really quick football speed, but you
Right.
don't think they that fast. Like if you look at those interceptions that Fitzgerald had this year, especially those ones where like stopping touchdowns in the end zone, they were just great
Hmm.
anticipation plays.
Right. Right.
Right, right.
Recognizing formation, recognize the route, and jumping the routes. Um, but there was a couple times during the season where you'd expect them to run a guy down, and they never ran him down. So I'm like, damn, they must be like high 4.5 guys. So for Kamara to run a 4.4, I mean that
Yeah.
that was pretty impressive.
I was shocked. I'm not gonna front. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't sure if Jacoby Lane was a 4-4 guy. And I think to me it's more. It doesn't have nothing to do with him not being able to pull away from players. To me, it's
Mhm.
more so of his strides. He has
Yeah.
these long strides that looks like he just it's like effortlessly. You know what I mean?
He,
And I think that's what it is with him.
and he actually shocked me more. His 4.47.
That shocked me
That
too.
now that now if I say one that shocked me, it was his. More or
Yeah.
less, more or less. I kind of agree with you guys on Kamari too. After I just really start to analyze it, but I just know the training these guys do out there. You know what I'm saying? The training and the speed training and stuff. You know what I'm saying, prior to the combine. So while he might have been like a low 4.5, I seen it.
Right.
It wasn't as surprising as, let's just say, Jacoby Lane running a 4.47. Even though you don't really see Kamari blazing speed like that on the field. You would look at him just as a blazer. So I get that point.
Right.
But yeah,
Right.
that was good. That was a good look though.
And
I,
Jacoby, with Jacoby too, if you when you watched him run, it didn't look like he was getting a lot of turnover with them legs because his strides were so long, but he was covering ground. You know what I
Actually,
mean?
to me, he looked faster during this combine to me than he does on the field. Like he looked to me, it looked like he was running faster than what. But I think that, like I said, that's his strides are different, man. He has a different type of stride, man. But I think he raised his stock. What you guys think?
Oh, no question, man.
Oh, no
And and
question.
and just to reiterate, the one play I remember him actually pulling away from a defensive back was that Notre Dame game when he caught that long pass
Right,
on Gray
right, right,
and ran away from the safety and Gray. But
right,
he definitely rose his stock. He looked he looked very
man.
smooth and polished, more so at the draft combine than he did during the year. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Especially the gauntlet,
Right, right,
maintaining speed,
man.
catching the ball,
Hmm.
showing
Right.
catch radius when the guy
Oh
threw
my
the I
God.
think it was like what was
Hmm.
the third ball was kind of low and he just snagged it.
Yeah,
Like he definitely
yeah.
improved his
Hmm.
draft stock.
So, who would you say had the better performance? Ramsey. I mean, excuse me. My battery about to die. It's crazy. Um, Lane or Makai? as far as receivers. Makai looked good too though in his drill.
Makai looked good. He just didn't participate in all the measurable drills like the
Right,
40 and some of the testing, but he looked smooth in positional and gauntlet work. Like
right.
his playmaking ability and routes, you know what I'm saying, alone is gonna help maintain his high draft projection. You know what I
Right.
mean? And his combine presence boosted his stock too, rather than the numbers, just based off of like the energy, you know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
all that coverage
yeah,
around limit, it like emphasized how his combine presence boosted his stock rather than like the specific time numbers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
but I
And
I
see him in a
feel,
lot of top tens.
Makai
yeah.
Lemon, man,
I
when
think
he
he's gonna,
ran
yeah, easily top 10.
and when Makai Lemon ran the gauntlet, somebody superimposed like a yellow line so you could see how straight he was. He never deviated. Like
Right.
if you want to talk about precision, detail oriented, like that's what you get from Makai. Route running, toughness, and the gauntlet just kind of exacerbated that. Showing like he was on the line and didn't deviate from the line. And that's what you want to see. And he showed hands. So
Right. So
Hmm.
so so Lane. I mean, I saw some people that said number three, third round. I'm like, I think he's a second, at least a second round. I think he could slip into the first round. I mean, that's me being biased, but I think a 6'5" receiver running a 4.4 like that can catch like that. You're not gonna find. I mean, don't forget. We can't forget that Lane has some crazy catches throughout the season, and he
Hmm.
consistently does that with him and Makai both. So
That's why I feel like with Lane, I feel like even though he posted like he had the good jump, like the jumps, his 40 of course, but I think it more or less his performance helped solidify him as a likely day two pick. But I don't think his results didn't shift his ranking as dramatically as like some may expect it. It just mostly
yeah,
confirmed that where he belongs, where he belongs where he's projected. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That second and third round, you
yeah,
know.
absolutely, absolutely. So we moving on real quick. I want to get into some of these battles, man, that's coming up, man, and tomorrow. Well, this I think the third, which is Tuesday, is practice getting ready to start, and I'm anticipating this thing. I think all of us are anticipating, and I kind of feel like when you look at some of these battles, man, and I kind of said it before I left. We can just go by position, but from a linebacker perspective, I told a lot of people, man, before I left, I said you can't. I'm not going to knock. I'm not going to just kind of go away with the linebackers. We got Jaden Walker, and Desmond Stevens. I think those guys are going to be better than what they were this year, and I honestly believe they're going to get the start. What you guys think?
I mean, personally, I think they're going to start. I think they're going to. You're talking about a guy, Desmond Stevens, who played linebacker full time, starting for the first time ever this past
Yeah,
season. He
yeah,
was a safety in high school.
yeah.
He's got the
Yep.
speed. He's got the
And running back.
physicality.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got the speed. He's got the physicality. He's got the toughness. He's got the want to. He just needs to be able to see everything for the first time.
Right.
Noticing his keys, knowing that okay, this is a run, even though you see some type of play action pass with it, or you know what I mean. Like I just think the coaching for these two are going to take these guys to the next level. And I think I said it on uh, Chris and B Jones podcast, B Jenks podcast. Don't be surprised if these two are all Big Ten linebackers next year.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see that out of the realm of possibility. They
Right.
have all that. They have all the athletic ability. They just need to be able to put it all together. And I think with the right coaching, they're going to do that this coming season.
Absolutely. What Eckler? What you think, young Tony?
Oh, I agree. I agree. I feel like, yeah, while we know we're pushing competition and it's open competition or whatnot, so guys will have opportunity to step in and do their thing. But like I feel like I kind of want to say if this makes sense, it's theirs to lose. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
No.
we
No.
did
No.
bring in
No. It makes sense.
yeah, but we did bring in some, some guys who, what I'm saying, our staff has evaluated and feel could come in and make an impact and do some things, regardless of what school they came from, what conference and all this, the Georgia, whatever. These guys could come in and these guys have physical traits and these guys are ballers. You know what I'm saying? These guys fly to the ball, they get downhill. So I feel like the competition overall in the linebacker room is going to be good, but I do feel like those two have mentioned players and Walker and Desmond Stevens, it's probably their job to lose. But I do feel like
Absolutely.
we'll see a rotation. I feel like a lot of people is also sleep. Even though I feel like those two are at the forefront. I feel like people are sleeping on Tamir Robinson. And also the other transfers that we brought in, the two transfers we brought in, along with some, and then we got the freshmen to mix in with them. So man, we in a good spot.
Hey yo,
No,
and you know
I agree.
something, Jay? I think Elijah Newby is more athletic and faster than the
Hmm.
two that are starting. Like
But
when you
Yep.
here,
talk
but
about
I don't understand.
That.
See, the thing is, they keep moving them. I don't get it. Um, they just moved him back to defensive end, right? Or rush in.
no,
Hmm.
I thought they moved him to rush in, then they put him back to linebacker.
They
Huh?
Basically,
just.
No, they
it's like
moved him
they
back.
just
Yeah, yeah, they moved him. They moving him back. And that's to me that's the mystery of it all because to me he was kind of the same as what Desmond Stevens was as far as being super athletic. Matter of fact, he might have been faster than Desmond Stevens because I remember covering him when he was in high school. I think he ran like a 10-7, something crazy, or 10-8 in the 100 meters. And the dude has some crazy athletic ability, and he's like 230. They all about the same size, but the fact that they moving them back to ends, and I don't know, I don't think it's for that new star position that they're gonna have with the Gary Patterson. I don't know how that position is going to work. If it's going to be like a slash safety slash linebacker or what, but the fact that they moved him there, I guess they saw something that they wanted in him at that particular position.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I feel like if it's two players that I if it's two players on the whole roster that has just been so much mystery behind, even though I know Newbie been getting a lot of run on special teams, and I
yeah,
know his presence on special teams goes unnoticed. I notice it, and also bringing in a special teams coach, I think he's going to also play a big role in that. But I feel
yeah,
I feel like how I just said Tamir Robinson is the least spoke. I feel like I should have, and that's a perfect example right there. I know Elijah Newby, what I'm saying, as bro Leon just attested to, is athletic and probably one of the least
absolutely,
talked about players too. And him, when I say two mysteries, is him and Walter Matthews. To me, on our roster, is like
yeah.
mystery behind him. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Walter Matthews thing, I think it's because of the weight. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna use him more for a blocking tight end, man. But he had a lot of athletic ability coming out of high school. But he gained that weight, and I don't know if they're gonna utilize him like as a blocking tight end or not. But they just got that tight end that just came from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. So I think he's gonna be primarily like the blocking tight end, and then you're gonna have of course the super freshman. Uh, um,
Mark
name's
Bowman.
yeah, Mark Bowman. He's going to be the guy that you kind of project out to be the actual tight end. And so,
As
that's a
well as
huge,
the transfer, as well as the
yeah,
JC transfer. Nobody
yeah.
talking about Josiah.
Josiah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Josiah Jefferson, man, that dude is so. Look, I don't think a lot of people realize he's just as athletic as Mark Bowman. Now, I know that sounds like blasphemy, but go watch the film. Like he really is. That you agree, Young Tiny?
I totally agree. That's why I said
Yeah,
that. That's why where we gonna be losing production from Walker Lyons and Lake McCree leaving. Mark Bowman is gonna step in that prime position, but Josiah is gonna be right there with him, making up that production for as far as pass catching. Now
right.
they probably do need to polish their blocking and this, and this. That's why we went and got Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we still got the young Uso that played in the bowl game too. You know what I
And
mean? That started in the
he's kind
bowl
of coming
game.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Topo from
Yep.
Folsom. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
think he's gonna be a baller.
and real quick, Jay, just to double back on Elijah Newby for a minute. I think the reason why they keep moving him back is because I'm looking at his huddle film right here. He played wide receiver and outside linebacker,
Yeah, he
basically
did.
a defensive end,
Yeah.
and he ran a 10-9 in track and field,
Oh, I
and he
thought
did
it was
the
a 10-8. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
he ran a 10-9, 10-9-4, and 10-9-6 in
yeah,
April of 2023,
yeah,
and he jumps 6'2" and long jumped 18 3.5 feet. So
yeah,
the dude is super athletic, and I'm wondering if they saw a lack of maybe pass rushing
yeah,
speed on the outside, and maybe that's why they keep moving him. But going to the tight end, man, I want to see Walter Matthews get some run. Like
I want to see.
6'7",
Yeah,
280 pounds. Like you
yeah.
get that dude moving. Like I
I
used
don't.
to play. I used to play safety in my freshman year in college, man.
Yeah,
And I used to hate seeing them 6'4", 6'5" guys coming down the scene, bro.
but
You
I
know what I
don't know if
mean?
you guys.
I was only like 185 too. I didn't like seeing them dudes coming downhill like that. He 280.
He, he
What
he's
you gonna do with that?
he's huge, but you know the way he carries that weight is different, man. Like,
Yeah, he
I don't know.
runs.
I don't know if you guys seen him lately, but he doesn't even look. He doesn't look like he has any fat on him at all. I don't. That's a different type of 270 right there. He's like
Man.
280. He looks kind of ridiculous. But I don't know if you guys remember when I covered him and did the commitment video. I had a basketball clip. This dude out here looking like Dr. J, 360-degree windmills
I
out there.
remember.
You remember that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, that dude is like super athletic. So you know, we'll see what happens, man. I hope you know, and let's just keep it real, man. Like it's been a couple of like I think you said it, Young Tiny. It's been a couple of mystery guys these past couple of years who we just have not seen make the field, man. And you know, yeah, I agree with you on that. I hope he's a guy that's going to absolutely going to make it in a crack the rotation. But I want to ask you guys. There's a couple of battles going on with the receiver, but I want to ask you guys. I'm kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place when you talk about the running back. I know who's going to be the number one. I know who's going to be the number two. But the question is, and I got in my mind already who I feel like could be number three. Who do you guys think the number three running back could be? The guy I'm thinking, I'm just gonna say he's from California, but I want to hear who you guys say real quick.
I mean, to be honest, I think Sean Scott. Sean Scott. Sean. What's his last name? Allstott.
Austin
Oh, Austin
from Ohio.
from Ohio.
Yeah,
I think he can carve himself out a little niche as being the power back, in short yardage and goal line. There's a void. He's the biggest of the backs we have on the roster right now, and I think he could, you know, jump Wormley in that short yardage type of thing.
you know. Okay, go ahead, Young Tiny. I told you already in my.
You cut out?
Mm, looks like
Oh,
it.
yeah, he in the Matrix. Nah, I get what
All right.
you're saying about Austin, man. And when you talking about the big back, the compliment, the all purpose, because I feel like Waymo is like all purpose. I feel like Miller is that, one cut, run high, get somewhere type of back,
Hmm.
You still there, Leon?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but
Okay.
honestly, bro, Wormley is supposed to be like that scat back type, like kind of like an Eli Sanders was gonna be supposed to be last season prior to getting hurt, or like that scat back, catch the ball at the backfield. You know what I'm saying? He's a good.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah,
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 we
we
can
hear
hear
you,
you.
Jay.
My bad. My bad.
He a
Well,
good receiver. He a good receiver out the backfield. So Wormley is supposed to be like that kind of scat back, like like getting a space. Whereas King Miller is that one step, boom, hit his whole kind of run high, but get on. You know what I mean? And Waymo's like all purpose, but to emerge as the third back, because I feel like Riley Wormley's still gonna get run. But if you say to emerge as a third back, I would probably say Deshaun Rideau.
Hey, we on the same. See. Here's the thing about Deshaun Rideau. He's a bigger version of Riley Wormley. If we just keep it
Mm-hmm.
100, I think Riley Wormley's like, what is he like 5'9", 5'10"? They had him listed at
Mm-hmm.
like 170 or 180. But man, Deshaun Rideau, I've talked to some people that seen him in person. They said he's actually kind of thick. I think it was Jay Walk was telling me. They said like that dude is really kind of thick, but the way he moves, like what kind of running style do you guys think he has? There's a couple of running backs that come in mind, but who does Deshaun Rideau remind you of?
Hmm. I would say, uh,
I I got an NFL comp for you.
Who's that?
He reminds me of Marshall Falk.
mm,
You went Marshall Falk, man.
I
Yeah.
was thinking more like
I'm
Murray that played for the.
I'm gonna tell you guys who I think, and you guys probably not gonna like it though. He kind of runs this way. He kind of runs this way. If you ever remember how he runs, and that's I shouldn't even say it. Deshaun Foster.
mm,
You remember how he used to run
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he's at UCLA?
That's why I said Murray. Remember DeMarco? Was it who? The
Oh,
Murray that played for the
oh,
Cowboys.
oh, oh, DeMarco Murray from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I was kind of feel that's kind of like the same, similar. Yeah, but I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
with
yeah.
Deshaun Foster how he was at
It's
UCLA.
it's the way he bounces off of
Crosstown.
tackles. Yeah, the
Yeah,
way he bounces off of tackles, man. That dude is like, and so I just really believe that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I could see him. It wouldn't surprise me. I'll say that. I think everybody's going to battle it out. Riley Wormley's going to battle it out. All these guys,
yeah,
but I can really see Deshaun Rideau working his pass catching ability is kind of different too. Um,
exactly.
That's why I said Marshall Falk, because he gives you
yeah,
Yeah,
the
because it gives you
running,
that.
the cutting, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying, and he got top end speed, and he give you that receiving out the backfield, and like you give him a crease, he going.
he
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
gone, man.
saying?
He gone. Now Riley Wormley could do the same thing, but I think Rideau maybe faster. So, but I like all of them. I mean, I hope they
and
all
he's
continue on.
bigger, and I think that'll help. Even though Riley Wormy already got a jump starting program, like USC Priority said, I think whoever could pass pro better.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because we know
yeah,
this the skills trait they have as far as carrying the ball, catching the ball at the backfield. You know, Riley
yeah.
Wormley is more of that explosive, but Rideau is also explosive. So, hey, that's a battle we're gonna have to wait and see, bro. But I don't like how I've been seeing how some people been already trying to have these guys jumping King Miller. And I'm just
Oh
like, what?
no, it's no
These
way.
dudes be
Hey,
lost in the sauce, bro. They don't even
hey,
know what they
who, who said that? Who? Nah,
I don't even
it's
want to give. Hey, I just be scrolling, bro. You know, especially when you off for a week, Jay. You leave me no choice. I love USC. I love football, so I find myself scrolling through pages I usually don't even. You know what I'm saying? Entertain.
so. Hey man, hey man. He says Rideau reminds me of former Bruin
Gaston
Gaston
Green.
Green. Okay, you know, it's two Bruins, yeah, but like Deshaun Foster is the one that he really. It's something about
Yeah.
the way he bounces off and the way he spins, man. He looks like, but okay, so we kind of feel no, I don't see that happening, man. King Miller, I think he kind of
Oh
it's
no,
gonna be a
I
battle.
totally disagree
Yeah,
with that. I'm saying people
yeah,
been lost in the sauce by saying that.
yeah,
Like, nah, bro. You
yeah.
can't ignore what
King
that dude did, bro. Coming in as a walk on,
Uh,
with offensive line shifting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
King
come
Miller.
on, bro. You
don't
can't
forget
ignore
about
that.
what B. Shaw said. He said, Jay, he been doing this in practice for a minute.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I was about to say. King
he,
Miller been certified for 2 years, putting
yeah,
grinding.
Exactly.
yeah. So
Totally agree.
absolutely. So wide receiver, man. I kind of got a couple things in mind, man. As far as the receiver, I think it's gonna be, like a very, very. It's gonna be a competitive. I think if we say any battles, wow, wow, that's a heck of a one right there. Um, Joe McKnight,
Uh, ye- uh,
that's incredible.
yeah.
That's incredible. but the wide receivers, I think it's a possibility, man, that we could see some. This is probably the biggest, if I would say any position, is the biggest open competition that we're gonna have, man, because you essentially got Chinook Hines coming back, but there's a couple of guys that I think, of course, we know about the Bowie Feaster, we know about Corey Sims, you know about some of these other guys, but of course Trent Mosley from an inside receiver is probably going to be battling out with the former Utah transfer Zacharias Williams. Those two guys, but I was watching some film. Somebody sent me something, and I saw it. I saw it when I did the commitment video, but it kind of reminded me of how incredible he is. And I'm telling you guys right now,
I already know who you're
it,
gonna say.
it's not going. It's
I
not
know
going
who you're
to.
gonna say.
Who am I going to say?
You're gonna talk about Romero Ison.
No. Well, that's another
Mm-mm.
one. Ramel
No.
Ice. Ramel Ice is another one. He's going to be on the inside too. But by the way, I saw some practice film with Ramel Ison just absolutely dogging some dudes. But of course,
Before you say the name you talking about, Jay, is it somebody that nobody's talking about?
it's somebody that nobody's talking about. And I just
Luke Weaver.
you got hey, that dude. Hey, let me tell you something, bro. That dude might be the next great wide receiver at USC. I'm calling it right.
Bro,
Hey,
nobody talking about him, bro.
hey,
It's
hey,
crazy.
hey, did you Why is
I
tell me
know.
why is nobody? Have you guys? When's the last time you guys watched this film?
I know what he, bro. You know, you already know,
Woo!
bro.
You guys realize he's 6'3"?
Yes.
Do you know what kind of receiver he's about to be right now? Like coming up, there was a clip I saw when I did the commitment video where he caught the ball, and I don't know if you guys remember, he cut up the middle, and I said, man, this dude, this big, this tall, this fast, cut up the middle like this, but he runs hard. Like who's the you remember how hard like Ronald Jones used to run? I'm not saying this
hmm
was a running back, but he kind of runs hard like that. You know what I
Know what
mean?
you saying? Yeah.
Yeah. What
He
Know
you
what
got
what
he
you
you.
got
guys'
some
thoughts on him?
he got some jets too.
He got some straight up jets. I think he may be the biggest sleeper at receiver that nobody's talking about right now.
I agree.
So how you like this receiver room, man? What are you guys thinking right now?
I like it. I like it. Of course, we have to do some shifting to get people in a position, but I like the battle. I like the putting putting Trip Mosley, Zacharias Williams, and then I think they got Romero Ison in that group, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
that's
Yes,
right.
they do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken, and then bro, I feel like but I also feel like Zacharias Williams is kind of got lost in the sauce because he was injured last season. But
yeah,
I spoke on this a few couple weeks ago. Um, I understand why we going getting all the people like why we getting so many receivers because bro, let's just be real. Somebody gonna get on. And I
yeah,
don't want to call what names I expect or think,
yeah,
but
yeah,
because it's so easy, just especially with these recruiting class, all these top blue chip players coming in. Because, bro, I remember Jay. Remember when you was doing the coverage two off seasons ago, bro? You was putting everybody up on Corey Sims or Romeo Ison and saying how
yeah,
they was, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then, if I'm not mistaken, our boy, he wasn't even there early in spring or nothing. He came in and earned a starting position, right?
Absolutely. You talking about Tanuk Hines, right?
Yeah, to Nick Hines wasn't even the early
Right,
enrollee.
right. And Booby
You
Feaston
feel
might
me?
be. He might be the. But here's a little. Let me say this: the North Carolina State receiver, transfer receiver Anderson. I think he's gonna start.
Oh, me
So
too. I think it's
let
gonna
me just
be
yeah.
yeah,
Let me get that out the way.
yeah. I agree. I agree, and I think that slot spot. I think Trent Mosley being on campus and his explosiveness.
Yeah.
I think he might edge that out a little bit, but I wouldn't sleep on Zachariah Williams getting run. But
You think he
also
edge out? You think he edge out because it's gonna be Romero Ison
Romero Ison.
and Zacharias. You think he edges out both of those guys? He's like that. He's definitely like that.
I think so. I think Zachariah Williams will probably have a more. And I'm not. See, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to even because I'm not sleeping on Romero Ison. Like I know what he could do. You feel me? But
Yeah.
it's just one of them things, bro. It's kind of like the same situation of having like in a running back in the situation. You know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
the couple guys we seen transfer in the past couple seasons, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we knew they was next. We knew they could do their thing too, but
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
came in and showed up and showed out. And it kind of, dudes kind of get lost in the shuffle,
Yeah.
respectfully. And that's not taken away from their talent or whatever, but it just that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens, bro. Like I feel like Sims, Romero Ison, and it's one more I'm forgetting if I'm not mistaken. I feel like unless they just really have a jump and just really just do their thing, I feel like it'll be easy for them. And I'm not saying because of their talent, I'm not saying that they lack thereof. I'm just saying, as you continue to bring in different players
Yeah.
and they showing up and showing out, it's easy, respectfully, it's easy to get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they could get buried. Like USC priority, he just said it. Just that's exactly what I'm trying to say. USC priority.
What do you
Appreciate that comment.
what do you say?
He
Oh.
basically saying the same thing I'm saying. Ice and the Corey Sims, if they
Oh
don't
yeah.
elevate with the
Yeah.
talent coming in, they or get buried. And this is the competition we've won it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's no disrespect to them, but we seen it in a running back room. You know what I'm saying? We've
Yeah.
we've seen what's his name transfer to Texas Tech, and we just knew he was up next. We've seen this last past season a big boy into the transfer
Yeah.
portal.
He went to Maryland.
Yeah,
And
so
I actually think he's a good. I think he's gonna do good at Maryland. He's a good back. He's from Virginia. His name's slipping my mind.
mhm.
But
Yeah,
I
but
actually think
that's
he's a good
that's
back.
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But bro, but he like that, bro. Wyatt is like that too, but Trent Mosley is like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Trent
Uh,
Mosley is, man. You guys want to hold tight real quick? Let me
yeah,
answer
no
the call
problem.
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Mitchell,
sir.
Mitchell, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going? Yes, Jay. Hope everything's well.
Oh man, everything is good, man. Good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's been a while. I like the incoming class. Is Eli Sanders in the combine? Also, Luke McCray, the tight end. I can't believe he declared for the draft.
Right, right, right,
Um,
right,
are
right.
they? You think that those two guys be drafted that I mentioned? And I want to mention about the tight ends for the class that we have now.
I think all these guys have an opportunity. I think Lake McCree, you know, maybe could have probably had a better showing in the draft, but I think his production is good enough to where I think he in the, I think he's at least a fifth, sixth round guy. That's just my opinion. I mean, I could be biased, um, but I do think he can get drafted. I think he's draftable. Who was the other player? I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, I know it's my accent. Eli Sanders.
Oh well, man, Eli.
Yeah, we didn't see enough of him.
Yeah, well, he may be an undrafted free agent. I think he's kind of a little undersized, but if you get him the ball, I think that he's gone with it. But I'm wishing him the best. I hope he gets drafted. I like Eli Sanders, but I'm not sure. You guys, young Tiny Leon, you guys can tell me what you think. I'm
He,
not sure if he's gonna get drafted.
He'll be an undrafted free agent for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Lake McCree will get drafted in mid
yeah,
to later rounds for sure. Eli
yeah,
Sanders, he'll be picked up after the draft as an
yeah.
undrafted free agent, have an
Absolutely.
opportunity to make a roster, probably via kick return or special teams, or unless he get out there and surprise you, he'll have the opportunity. But I probably
Yeah,
ultimately, and this ain't no knock, this is just respect because I know people that went over there and got their money and bought out. But I think in the next few years we'll see him in the CFL or something. And
yeah.
that's
Oh,
still, I
He's
mean,
just a
and
little,
there's nothing
a
wrong
little
with it.
undersized. Yeah, he's just a
Yeah,
little undersized.
it's nothing wrong with it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I think Lake
and how
McCree
about
was
our tight ends this year? We lost like three besides Lake. I was ticked off that Joey left, but we got three. We got some new tight ends, especially Bauman, and another guy. And thanks for taking my call. No, if you call, it's
hey,
calling.
hey, I
Yeah,
appreciate you,
God
man.
bless.
Hey,
Fight
God
on.
bless. Here's what I'm gonna say about the tight ends, man. Um, you guys, if you look at our tight end room compared, and you guys can answer this too. We don't have Walker Lyons, we don't have Lake McCree, and we don't have Joey Olsen. Joey Olsen, um, respect to him, but he really didn't. I think he was primarily like a practice squad guy. But salute to him, he transferred out. But when you look at you guys can tell me if you guys feel like the tight end room is an upgrade or not. Now with the Mark Bowman here, Josiah Jefferson, Walter Matthews, the new tight end that came from Wisconsin. You guys could tell me if you guys think the tight end room has been upgraded or not.
well. I think with Tucker Ashcroft being added, you
Yeah,
definitely see a difference in toughness
block.
and
Yeah,
physicality, the blocking aspect. You talk about Mark Bowman. You talk about a dynamic player that we just did not have in the locker room in terms of being able to line him up in the backfield, line him up in the slot, line him up in the traditional tight end, line him off the
yeah,
ball. He's just going to add a different element that we probably haven't had in the tight end room. And then Nella Tuopo, I love what he brings to the team.
yeah. I keep forgetting
Another one
that.
that
Yeah,
brings just a
yeah,
different type of attitude and toughness. And if we can get Walter Matthews to step up and do his thing, I think the tight end room is going to be definitely legit.
yeah. So would you say? I mean, I know you can't. It's hard to say based on production. Would you say it's we added production? Well, not production, but it's an upgrade or not upgrade. It's kind of hard to try to make that based on. But if you base it on potential, what you think? Upgrade or no?
Um, it's hard to say, Jay. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's gonna be an upgrade.
yeah.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be an upgrade.
What you think?
I'll
What you
I'll,
think, Anthony?
I'll also say upgrade. Losing the production of Walker Lyons and Lake McCree. I just feel like the potential and the potential of a Josiah and the all world blue
Yeah,
chipper Mark Bowman coming in. will
Yeah.
kind of, I don't want to say trump that, because I appreciate what those two gentlemen did. I would have hoped that Walker Lyons would not pocket watch and stay around. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But unfortunately, he decided to move on, and respect to him. But I feel like with those two added, as well as Ashcroft coming in as the what I'm saying, the quote unquote blocking tight end as well, is I know Lincoln Riley ain't just gonna use him as a blocker. He gonna surprise some people with his hands too, even though we're
Yeah.
not looking to him for that production part of it. But I just feel like, with those two alone, with Josiah and Mark Bowman alone, that production and the potential that they have, I think feel like that's an upgrade. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
For a longer term. You know what I'm saying? Because they're both young. You know what I'm saying? Because Josiah coming from the JC, he's still gonna have all his years, right? Since that
Yeah.
law
Yeah.
passed.
You should have all
You know
4
what I'm
years.
saying?
Same way
Yeah.
with yeah. Same way with
And then the young Uso coming along up there
yeah.
from Folsom. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then we got our big dog from Wisconsin. So that's four alone right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's an upgrade.
No,
And
I
that's
agree.
without even mentioning Walter Matthews. So
I agree, and especially how we run
yeah.
these two tight end sets now. Lincoln Riley's been kind of doing that lately, man. The past couple of years, you put that Wisconsin guy over there, you put Mark Bowman on the other side. It's no telling what Lincoln Riley gonna come up with that.
I mean,
It's gonna be crazy. So yeah. So from an offensive line standpoint, now I've been hearing about they could possibly be trying out some other stuff with the center spot, man. I don't, I'm not sure, but for the most part, Tobias Raymond, he's been playing that guard spot, man. But I mean, how you guys feeling if he work out in that center spot? I felt like, of course, the Miller brother could possibly work out at that spot. But how you guys feeling about that? Would you guys want to see the Miller guy back at the guard spot? I mean, how you guys feeling?
I feel like overall, I appreciated him coming in at guard and doing what
Yeah,
he did, and he and
yeah,
he stood out. To be so undersized. I feel like his natural position moving forward should maybe be center, even
yeah,
though still
yeah,
undersized. I feel like center is his position, but
yeah,
but the knock on O'Connor is not knowing the playbook, or it's the injuries, and he's also considered undersized, right?
You
For,
said you
through,
said
by
you said
some.
not knowing the play. You said not
No,
no.
I said even though he's there, he knows the system,
Oh
he knows
yeah,
the
yeah,
play.
yeah,
That's not the knock on him. The knock on him is
yeah,
the injury history, and as well as by some being considered a little undersized as well. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying? So do
yeah.
you know how massive our O line will look if we move what's his name, the center? You know what I'm
Man, I've
saying?
been I've been calling
Like
for that. I've been saying it. I said it during, especially even after the Oregon game, man. Like you could tell like the size difference. I don't know if you guys remember, but even Michael Benuelas, even though Michael Benuelas is a natural, he's a guard. He could play centers too, but he wasn't as small as this guy. But you could just tell like the difference in size. But I think a guy like Michael Benuelas could still start, and he's going to Purdue, by the way. Shout out to him. But yeah,
shout out.
Miller was. I just feel like you could tell the difference standing next to those guys when they were playing Oregon. I was just like, wow. I really didn't realize how much of a size difference it was. So center spot, I feel like some centers can be 6 feet and be able to get in like that.
Yep.
You know, what you think, Leon?
Yeah, I think the Kalon Miller. I think he just needed another year in the.
Leon, you there?
I'm love to see Tobias Raymond at center. That would definitely give us a different look.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Tobias at center, and then who you going to start in his place at guard? Are you moving Justin, or are you putting Cola J?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If I think if he goes to center, if that happens, they talking about Cola J could be a nasty guy. By the way, they also talking about Pepe. Just and this is just based on winter workouts, man. These guys, you never know once you get there. But from the look at things, these guys, it sounds like they are liking what they see right now. You could kind of see all kinds of moving pieces, man. Like I said, we can't sleep on. And somebody put it here. None of these guys, these freshmen, yeah, Isan Tafa. Yeah, I mean, any of these guys can get in there and move and groove. This class is just a different level. It's levels to this, and that's why we say the same thing about Trent Mosley. It's levels to this, and now they're not the number one class for no reason. These guys can come in there and absolutely contribute. Now, which
I feel
one
like
does
that.
it? I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like this such a beautiful thing, man, because we're a year or two away from complaining about not having a death. Now we
Yeah,
just all we don't know, like we could go so many different directions, man. So that just attests to our recruiting the last couple of years, stacking, you know what I'm saying, stacking the talent, and we looking like man. Whereas before we was like, okay, we already know it's a short thing, and then it's like one
right.
person go down, dang, we ain't got nobody. But now,
Yeah,
man, we got we got the players and the talent, man, that we confuse as to what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna just trust Hanson, man. We feel like he done a great,
yeah.
wonderful job last season, very rightfully so, man. And sure we all have our opinions on. We'd probably like to see a starting five. We all have it, but what I'm telling you is, man, it's a great problem to have.
No, it is. It is. What you got? What you say, Leon?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And also the depth, man. Just knowing that all those guys that played last year when the starters were hurt got a bunch of experience, you know what I'm saying? Kalon Miller and Trader got some playing time last year at
Trader.
guard.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And even Justin Tuano, like,
yeah,
he was a
Mhm.
freshman starting. Just
yeah,
imagine what he's going to be like, the jump that he's going to take if you kind of look at the jump that Elijah Page took. I was at that Michigan game 2 years ago where they were just kicking his ass. And
yeah,
then to see him come back, then see how he played the second half of that season and then what he was doing this season. If Justin can add strength, plus also take a step, that offensive line is going to be hell.
Do you remember? You remember how Justin looked when we played Texas A&M? How
Hmm.
how good of a game he had.
Yeah.
I just feel like yeah, and a lot of these guys coming in, they're gonna be able to. And yeah, shout out to this comment right here, Anthony. He says he's talking about Aaron Dunn, that kid out of Utah, man. Like he's a massive sized guy. Yeah, we can't forget about him. Noah may be having to fight. Hey, it's open competition. May the best man win. What you guys think about that, Alani Noah? I think he has too much experience. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong on that. What do you guys think?
I feel the same. He has that experience, but I just feel
Yeah,
like everybody. It's not just him. Everybody fighting. Yeah,
yeah,
we probably know that for sure. The what I'm saying, the left tackle. You know what I'm saying. But at the same time, man, everybody. It's the same mindset that we were just attesting to the other positions,
yeah,
and I'm sure you're going to get on to other positions like corner, whatever, safeties. It's the same thing. Linebackers, like everybody has to have that mentality. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody's fighting for their position. Everybody's fighting to keep their position, man. Especially with new staff members and you know what I'm saying, a new, it's just like, bro, like everybody, that should be the mindset for everybody. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Alani Noah is a beast. He got experience. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel like it would be his to lose, but
yeah,
you can't don't get lackadaisical because there's other people that can step in there and do their thing too.
And let's not forget, you know, we all talking about Elijah Page should be locked into that left tackle, but hey, Kenai Pepe is a different animal, bro.
Hey,
Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
you know what I'm saying? So don't. So
Hey, Leon.
okay.
Wait, no, 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 no. I'm not.
I'm not sleeping. Yeah, I know, but I'm just.
I'm not sleeping. Hold on, Leon. We're gonna put you on record real quick. We're gonna put you on record real quick.
I am not. Listen. Let me clarify because I know how USC. A young tiny USCJ gonna remix this and have me saying
Nah,
something I ain't
I'm
say.
not.
All I'm saying is that I agree with young tiny that every
Yeah,
position is up for grabs, and I think we would all agree that Elijah Page's name is putting ink on that starting left tackle. But Kenai Pepe is a bigger
version.
version of
Yeah,
Elijah Page, and I think he's a little bit more athletic. And let's not sleep. Let's not sleep. It's not the word. All I'm saying is
yeah,
that young man is coming in with a mission. You know, look, him and Brett Colj, they go against the best of the best, the 5 stars all over the country every week.
yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me? Playing at IMG. So
Young Tiny,
yeah,
what's your rebuttal or what's your comment, if you will, brother?
I'll probably feel the same as what we just alluded to with Alani Noah, just the experience and of course the overall, like, this isn't a situation like Winston Justice coming in and our left tackle was, such and such. Like Winston Justice came in and boom, that's a for sure fill in starter. I think it's a blessing that to be able to have him work, like the coaches are smart to start him off over there on the right side, being that we do have Page. And remember, this is to have the best 5 players
Yeah.
on the field. So, if you're saying that you would like Elijah Page at right tackle because he's not going to be on the bench, you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when we have him at the
I
left
think
where
second
he grown into, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And we could stick for a season to have him there and let the boy win that right tackle spot. I feel like that makes our line better in that sense of okay, and then the Page go out, boom, move Kenyon right over there to the left. Easy, you know what I'm saying? That would be my rebuttal to that. But I agree with everything what he's saying though. I can't go against what he's saying. I
Uh,
just feel like
yeah.
it's a different scenario.
Yeah. It's no, that's facts. It's I think if any positions group has more of a predictable starting lineup, it will probably, I would say, and you guys could answer this too, it would probably be the offensive line. If we could say
Hmm.
any group, any one group, what would you say, Leon? If we say we had to project out one group for the most part, and we can kind of predict it, what group would you be comfortable with projecting out and predict for this upcoming season out of all the groups on the field?
Defensive line.
Oh,
Oh,
well, well, let's talk about it real quick. I'm gonna say the offensive line. I'm gonna say the
yeah,
offensive line.
Well, the reason why I'm not saying offensive line is because it looks like there might be some shuffling going on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I can't
yeah.
argue with that. I
I
really
would say running back. I would say running back.
I say, yeah, I might have to change and switch up and kind of say running back because receiver is for sure. Like I don't even like this thing is wide open, man. Like whoever grabs it and goes up and get it, man, they can get it. But the offensive line, I kind of feel like though, just based on some of the guys that that kind of bought out, like we said, like Elijah Page. I would say the second group to project out is going to be the offensive line because
Yeah,
Elijah Page, I think Alani Noah, I think Keelan O'Connor, I think Tobias Raymond, I think those guys right there. I just feel like those guys kind of solidified themselves. Not saying that it's not going to be a battle, and not saying I disagree with what you're saying,
yeah.
because
And
these
you know
guys
what?
are some
To
incredible
add to
players.
that, Jay, not even to cut you off. To add to that, I feel where you coming from because it's like I feel like everybody head is messed up now because we're cross training players, and the ideal that of having what's the name replace Keelan O'Connor at center, people took that narrative and ran with it like if that's what we're doing. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily the case, but I feel like that opened up a lot of discussion in that round, being that we know like that we got dogs on the O line and we've been recruiting
yeah,
beef, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying, in size
Hey,
over
I
these years.
personally,
But I agree with
I don't
you.
see it. I personally don't see Tobias Raymond switching. That's
The
just me.
center.
Yeah, I don't
I,
see that. I don't see that happening. But
You
I
got
mean,
Willie Warsher and all them.
yeah,
Like,
you got
yeah.
Willie Washer from Bellevue, Washington.
but
But I'm not saying that it can't happen.
and I'm not saying and I'm not saying I'm running with the idea of Tobias Raymond moving to center, but it just looks like there could be some movement at three
Yeah,
positions
yep,
on that offensive line if you're talking about the left guard, the center, and the right tackle.
yeah,
Now, if you're telling me we could even if I think probably four of those five guys, even if they move positions, are probably all going to start. Like if they move Tobias Raymond to center and move Justin to left guard, you still have four of the starters on the offensive line, just maybe in a different position. But I just think
Hmm.
that if you look at and Young Tiny's absolutely right. If you look at running back, that's the most solidified group on the team.
absolutely.
Um, but if and I think defensive line is probably second in my book. But
Okay. So, well, yeah, running back is going to be the most solidified. But from if we say from 1 through 4, I think that's where it get tricky. That's why I asked you guys the question about who's going to be the third running back. I think a couple of people going to have a couple of different answers. I think Deshaun Rideau,
Hmm.
but yeah, no. So I think it's going to be running back followed by the offensive line. But so Leon, we got to talk about this defensive line thing then.
okay, let's talk
So
about it.
so
Ooh.
so when you say okay, yeah, I think the Michigan State guy he's going to be a starter. I think he's going to be a starter and on the defensive line. So plug in who you plug in, unless you disagree with him not being a starter. But how you see this thing working out? We got
Man,
Cam Fountain.
I got Cam Fountain and Braylon Shelby
Oh,
at
Cam
defense.
Crawford. My bad. I keep saying
Cam Crawford. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I got Cam and Shelby at the ends. I got G Day at one tackle, or the nose, and then I got Alex at the other defensive tackle.
Okay, hold on for a
Mhm.
minute. Hold on. See, we already got
Yeah.
problems right now. So no Floyd Bucard, no Josh Jarrett, no Jakeem Stewart, the Penn State transfer, Fisher. I mean, bro, we got some stuff going on here, man.
Let's talk about it then, Jay.
Let's talk
I'm here.
about it. Hold on, let me bring B
Listen,
Jenks. B Jenks, what's
I'm
the word?
What's going on, fellas, man? How y'all doing?
And you got something to say about this, B Jenks?
What up,
Yeah,
Big
I was
J?
listening to I'm at the gym getting it in, man. I'm not gonna stay on long, but I was listening to the whole offensive line thing, man. I think the best um off 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 season move Riley's gonna make and Hanson's gonna make is moving Tobias Raymond to that center spot. I think
Okay.
Riley's gonna have to. I think with that bigger offensive line, we're in the Big Ten now. I think Riley's gonna have to really depend on that run game. Keen Miller and Waymo getting us to where we need to be. You got to think about what all he lost in the passing game, man. When you talk about losing Lane and Lemon and Lake
Mm-hmm.
McCree, and even with Walker Lyons leaving out, man, we have a lot of inexperience outside of Tanook, which he's going to be double next season. We really don't know what we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the biggest move during the offseason is going to be moving Tobias Raymond over to that center spot. It's cross training, true, but by the time fall camp get here, man, look for Tobias to be at the center and look for Riley to lead on that running game.
I can't argue it. I don't see it personally, but you know when it happens, we'll see it. But I understand the logic of that. I understand a bigger offensive
Yeah.
line approach. I get it. I totally get it.
Think about how we know without Lemon and Lane and McCree in that bowl game. I'm not saying that Jay Marva looked bad because you know that's my guy, but he really struggled. The chemistry was off, the timing was off with the receivers, and had we had way more in that game, man, I think we would have pulled it out.
Well, see,
But you know,
you
yeah,
made an important point. You know, Waymo out, and we just talked about this before you came on. As far as the receivers, Trent Mosley, Young Tiny made the argument about some dudes could be lost in the sauce. Like I think we got some next level guys that are gonna come. Luke Weaver, we talked about him.
yeah,
We got
yeah,
some next level guys, bro. Like I mentioned this probably a couple of weeks ago. The same way we had guys, super freshmen like Tanook Hines, Jakeem Stewart, Floyd Bucard. This
right,
number one class has like 5 on each side of the ball, like that.
true, true,
You know what I mean?
true.
And they're gonna come in and really, you're talking about some big boy football, the IMG academies, like Young Tiny and them said. So I kind of feel like we're gonna see some surprise. And like
Yeah,
some guys might get lost in the sauce if they don't step their game up.
yeah. There's no doubt, that we're gonna have some impact guys, but as true freshmen, it might be easier to crack the rotation and be more of an impact guy on
Yeah.
the defensive side of the ball as opposed to receiver. Again, you got to get that timing down. And even though Tanook had a $150 catching, a lot of those missed throws could have been touchdowns. The
Hey,
timing isn't there between
hold
Miles right
on,
now.
hold on. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken, we had this same debate argument months back, and you guys said it's easier to come in as a freshman receiver, a true freshman receiver,
yeah,
than
yeah.
starting.
That's true. That's true. We said that, but still, though, you got to have the timing down, no time, and the timing
Yeah,
wasn't down there.
So
that's
look,
why it's good to be an early enrollee.
well, you took the words out of my mouth because right now these guys are working together. In the
Uh-huh.
spring, B Jenks, these guys are getting the only one we're looking at Booby Feaster and who
Uh-huh.
else? Booby Feaster, I think from a receiver standpoint. Am I missing one? Booby
No,
Feaster's
he
the
the
only
only
guy.
one.
Yeah,
He
I
the
think
only one.
Luke Weaver's coming in, Trent Mosley's coming in,
Yeah,
Tron
They
Baker's there.
already on campus.
Yeah, all these guys are on campus right now. And so,
yeah.
wait, Roger Trevino, I got from New Orleans, Louisiana. Is he there? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's Booby Feaster, Trevino, and
Yeah.
Andrew Williams are not on
Andrew
campus right
Williams
now.
is not on campus. Yeah, those three.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's some chemistry being built right now with those guys. And like we said, we seen Tanook Hines, like these guys that are coming in, and I made the argument that Luke Weaver may be the biggest sleeper of them all. When you
Mhm.
talk about wide receiver, and he's gonna shock a lot of people. That dude's different.
Yeah, Yeah, again, he's going to have some impact guys. I just think that, in order for us to be really successful next season, Waymore is going to have to stay healthy because you notice, he's that every down back. He can catch it out of the backfield, pass pro. I hope, King Miller is getting better in his pass pro. That's what's stopping him or slowing him down from becoming next level, his pass pro. But if he can get that down during the spring, during the fall, man, we're going to have a dynamic duo at
Yeah.
running back. And I think the best way to get to it, is through that running game, man. Until Malva can get up to speed with those receivers, again, a lot of them going to be inexperienced at the college level. I'm not saying that they won't have an impact, but at the college level, we talk about going up against an Oregon DBs, going up against Ohio State DBs, going up against, Penn State, going up against these top tier defenses, man. I think it's going to be a struggle for a connection with those receivers as opposed to giving it to that running back out of the backfield or maybe even hitting them in the flat or even a running back screen. I think Waymo and King Miller is going to have to carry this team next season offensively.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this too. The way our schedule sets up, it's kind of like how we had. I'm not gonna say practice games, but you look at the San Jose State, you look at the Fresno.
I call them preseason games. I call them preseason games. Yeah.
So they got opportunity to get to kind of work their way. It's not gonna be the same as jumping into like an Ohio State, but I think they got an opportunity to work their way up. But I get what you're saying. The third back, you got the question I asked them, who would be the third back? I'm saying Deshaun.
Deshaun Rodeau.
Oh, okay. You on the same page.
Yeah, Deshaun Rodeau. I think Ohio State is like what, the fourth game or something like that?
No,
it's October 31st.
I think Oregon is the
Oregon is the fourth game.
Yeah.
Oregon. Yeah. So that's gonna be a big matchup coming out of the three preseason games. That's gonna be a big matchup. So again, I think the fastest way to get that chemistry, get to that spot where we want to be at, and that's going to be a big win if Riley can pull that out. It's going to have to be that run game. Everybody's going to expect for Riley to pass the ball. Even though we got that experience, it's still going to expect for him to revert back to his old stripes. But I think with each year passing, Riley has started to lean more on that running game, and we're going to see even more next season with those inexperienced wide receivers. But I got to get back to it, fellas.
Right,
I appreciate it, bro.
All right, B. James, take it easy, bro.
Jay, I got to drop too, bro.
All right, man. All right,
put the little ones down.
All right.
Young Tony, take it easy.
All right.
I'm about to get out of here. We're gonna get on this real quick. This D line.
Yeah.
Before you go.
So do you think they're gonna have your boy Jakeem Stewart playing D tackle or what? Because I see some people projected 4, and it's like I'm not understanding like where's the rush in. Like let's look, you guys. Let's not get carried away here. We know more people is gonna play even if they don't start.
Yeah.
So regardless of
it's gonna be a rotation.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna definitely be a rotation. But we got to keep it real, and then we slowly bringing Jakeem Stewart back in off his surgery and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Jarrett is going to provide us more of that beef in the middle too. You know what I'm saying?
As a starter or a rotational player?
You said John Jarrett?
Yeah, as a starter or a rotational player?
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised. If they start John Jarrett and Van Summer. I wouldn't be surprised, but then.
So would you put John Jarrett over Floyd Boucard?
At the zero tech or regular D tackle, that's the difference. At the zero tech, I will, but not at just D tackle. No, I would have Floyd Boucard there.
Yeah, man, it's kind of hard for me to see Floyd not starting.
So you like Floyd Boucard and Van Summer on the inside?
I like that.
You like that combination?
I just and not saying that
adversary or John Jarrett ain't able.
See, hey, Jody adversary, forgive me if you've seen this. Wow. I'm not even about to look.
That's why I didn't understand the logic of the D line being the easiest position group to go.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what?
Hey,
bro, that's the hardest.
Hey, I just repented. I'm not forgetting Jody. I think he's balling. So, but this is a great problem to have. But
that's what I'm saying.
Floyd, John Jarrett, Vance. Then on the other side, you got Crawford, you got Shelby, Then
Luke Wayful.
you got Luke on the other side. You got Fisher, the Penn State guy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who it's gonna be, bro. From the two inside guys to the Russians, I don't.
Forgive me. Hey, Tom,
Yeah,
Malik Brooks.
your boy from
Oh God,
Texas,
Jamion
Jamion
Winfield.
Winfield.
Jeez, man. That's crazy. That's why, man. Listen, man. I forgot. Yes, Romos. Shout out to Romos. I had him on here.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a great problem to have, man. Um, hey, appreciate you. Great live, excellent conversation. You guys solid. Hey, appreciate you, man. Hey, fight on.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we got a great problem right now. On the D, I don't think. Hey, Leon, if you're watching, bro, you gotta come. You gotta come explain yourself, brother. We'll go live again next later on this week. You got some explaining to do.
I'm like, that's the least position, bro. I don't. Woo,
You got
woo.
you
I
got
don't
some.
know what that's gonna look like.
It's gonna look crazy, man. But anyway,
Woo,
man, I'm gonna get out of here, man.
all
Hey,
the time.
hey, fight on, man. Hey, appreciate you guys tapping in, man. We back in business. Spring is going up. There's some crazy position battles, man. I'm probably gonna get into some more of that in the morning.
Yeah,
We talked about the
real
D
real
line,
fast, Jay. What about corner?
man.
I know we touched on the D line linebackers a little
Okay,
bit. What about corner?
The Iowa State cornerback. I
Yeah,
think he's a lock, provided he's
that's
healthy.
what I said too.
Williams. Um, this is gonna be real tricky right here, though. Because you got Chase and Johnson, who I feel like is
Mm-hmm.
a baller. You got Marcellus Williams, who made the case for himself last year. But then you got Everett Hill. It's just I don't even know what I mean. He's like a lot of people think he could come in and he's a plug-in type of guy. But then you got R.J. Sermons, like that's somebody that that a lot of people think that could get some run too. So you got Sellis, you got Castro, you got Williams, you got Sermons, you got Chase and Johnson. You got so many different guys. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
what you think? I'm not even gonna pick one of those guys because may the best man win. I'm just gonna say it like that. He said,
I feel
Jonte.
like it's gonna be the
Oh man,
same. I feel
Profit.
like it's gonna be the
Yeah,
same situation with the D line, bro. I just feel
yeah.
like we're gonna have to see who stand out and who come forward and win the job. I feel like the your boy though from Iowa that transfer. I feel like he will be on one side. You know what I'm saying? But
That's all. That's
la-
automatic.
yeah, but last year we thought that your boy from San Jose State was gonna be on one side too. I mean, at least I did initially.
Hey,
So
yeah. No, you right. And it
yeah.
ain't no
Ain't no
disrespect.
disrespect to nobody. You know
But
me, I keep it clean. I don't down nobody. I'm just saying that's what I thought.
and I
I
loved
thought
his film. I loved him when he
yeah,
came, and I thought he was
yeah.
gonna be like that. But and then you got Prophet Brown. I don't know. Here's the crazy thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know he won't be
Mhm,
back to August, but I've been looking at some film some workout videos. He's been looking like he's fully recovering. But I know the
mhm.
contact wise, he won't be back. Williams, but here's the crazy thing. This star position, I'm still trying to get an understanding, like what type of fit, like what type of build of player. I think Christian Pierce, from my understanding, the way I'm understanding this position, the star position that they got coming, line. I'm not gonna say linebacker, but it's a safety slash a
Like
slate.
that rover, like
Yeah,
that rover
a
position
safety.
back in the days. We used to call a rover.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Christian Pierce is gonna be good at that, and then
Hmm.
know, we could talk about the safeties as well. Alex Graham probably getting in there, maybe playing, and then Urlacher. So there's a lot of different options. And then what do we do with Prophet Brown?
Right? Do we jump? Do he jump back into the nickel because the nickel and the star
It's the same thing.
is the same thing in
Yeah,
certain you know what I'm saying with certain personnel basically. So
yeah,
it's no different. Yeah. So ooh. I
yeah.
don't know because everybody will automatically say, "Oh yeah, Prophet should jump back to the nickel," since he was actually projected to start even over Alex Graham. Alex Graham really rose to fame once he got hurt. So
Right,
I don't
right.
know. Good problem to have. I agree with you. in the chat with Thomas Hill, he said rotation and production is hopefully what it looks like. Yes, sir. Man, I agree. I think he talking about
Absolutely.
the D line. Yep, I agree, Thomas
Absolutely.
Hill.
Absolutely. So look, Trojan family, I got a USC commit 2026 class guy. Yeah, man, he's gonna be a problem. He'll be on tomorrow, I believe 6. Yeah, 6 tomorrow, 6:30. But a USC commit just committed to USC. He will be on tomorrow, and we will get into that live interview tomorrow. So you guys can look to hear from me. Not sure if I'm gonna get anything out in the morning, but you guys will see me tomorrow. So look, man, hey, Young Tiny, man, Leon, I appreciate you, family, for you guys tapping in, man. Appreciate you guys coming on, man. You guys' input, everybody, B Jenks, everybody, man. Shout out to 4th and 9. Shout out to all you guys, man. So, Young Tiny, any last thing you want to leave with us, man, before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, just welcome back, and appreciate you, bro, for having me as always. And hey, Trojan, hey, my Trojan fans out there, hey, we got some good problems going on. So let's
Great problem.
invite this competition. I know everybody. You know, it's only right that everybody got their personal opinions and their favorites, and you know, the ideal players who they would like to start. But just let's let it play out. Let's trust this coaching staff, and you know what I'm saying. And man, we will fight on.
Absolutely. Hey, till later on, listen, everybody stay blessed, man. We out of here, man. Fight on.
Yes, sir. Fight on, y'all.